Did the reformers change working people's free time? Thomas Cook was a member of the temperance movement and the Baptist Church. On July 5, 1841, he ran his first excursion. In cooperation with the Midland Counties Railway Company, he organised a trip for temperance supporters from Leicester to Loughborough. The return ticket cost 1 shilling, half the normal price. About 500 excursionists met at Leicester Station, accompanied by a brass band. In Loughborough, they had a bread and ham lunch, played cricket in the park and danced to the band. Later, Cook recalled that his idea had been
to make railways subservient to the interests of temperance.
Cook's excursions were a big success. He ran one to the Great Exhibition. A spectacular glass and metal exhibition hall, the Crystal Palace contained exhibits from Britain and around the world. Visitors could go on a 5-shilling day or a 1-shilling day. The Illustrated London News called them
the day of the great folks and the day of the little folks,
and said,
the people's turn has come. The masses have their holiday.
But it wasn't just temperance reformers who took advantage of the new possibilities of travel brought by railways. Train excursions to Blackpool from northern mill towns like Oldham were organised by everybody from the local political parties to bands and the factory workers themselves. The churches too were active in promoting recreation for working people. They supported the development of football teams. Aston Villa was formed in 1874 by young men connected with the Aston Villa Wesleyan Chapel in Birmingham. They already had a cricket club and wanted a sport to play in the winter. Perhaps 1 out of 4 of the early football teams were based around churches, but 3 out of 4 weren't. Teams formed around places of work, localities, and pubs. Matches were played on a Saturday afternoon. As the law and trade union activity reduced hours of work for some people, a half-day holiday on Saturday was more common. Football quickly became an organised spectator sport in which large crowds paid to watch matches. For some people, wages were rising, and football matches provided them with something new on which to spend their money, instead of spending it in the pub. Another new amusement they could spend their money on was a ticket to the music hall. The origin of the music halls was in the concert rooms attached to pubs. In the 1850s, publicans expanded these concert rooms. In 1851, Charles Morton opened Canterbury Hall in Lambeth. It was the first purpose-built music hall. The Era Almanac for 1868 lists more than 30 large music halls and 10 small ones in London, and 300 more around the country, 9 in Birmingham, 8 in Leeds, 8 in Manchester, 10 in Sheffield. Night after night, millions of people bought tickets to spend their evening watching acts like these filmed at the beginning of the 20th century. The reformers did not approve of the music halls. They served alcohol, and the jokes the performers told and the songs they sang were not to the taste of the upright middle class. Nevertheless, the music halls flourished. The second half of the 19th century saw spectacular changes in the ways working people spent their free time. To Charles Shaw, the changes were remarkable.
I ask myself if the leisure and recreation of these days are all illusions. I wonder if these are real people in their thronging thousands that I see on holiday with boxes of all sizes, making up tons of luggage in connection with the trip, surpassing that of their betters 70 years ago. I wonder if the England I knew in my youth, where the bulk of the people of the Midlands had never seen the sea, was an illusion. I know democracy has disappointed in many great moral and intellectual issues, but to say that it has failed to create better moral and material surroundings is to contradict history.
The 19th century saw a continuous expansion in the recreations of working people. Some of it was provided consciously by reformers. Some of it came out of technological change. And some of it resulted from the realization that there was money to be made from entertaining people. All of these combined to give working people a choice of ways in which they could spend their free time.